Good morning. My name is Dr. John Marr, and I'm a 7th grade social studies teacher at Long Beach Middle School in Long Island, New York. I'm also the director of the Long Beach Teacher Center, a New York State grant-funded organization dedicated to providing high-quality professional development to teachers in the state of New York. As a techie, I've been providing technology professional development classes for the last 16 years. I want to become a Google certified trainer to move myself up to the next level and to make sure that I have the knowledge and skills necessary to help my fellow teachers implement the one-to-one Chromebook initiative that is beginning in my district this year. The purpose of this video is to show teachers that are using Doctapus how to easily determine a student's final grade using the Doctapus output file. Doctapus will not be covered in this video, but instead I'll be using Google Sheets and two different call functions. On my screen is the output file that Doctapus creates. On the left, you have the students. There's some various information here, as well as the scores that Doctapus gives. Unfortunately, Doctapus does not add these different parts of the rubric up. So I'm going to make a copy of this, and I'm going to remove all of the unnecessary information. I'm going to add two columns. I want to know ultimately the final grade for each student, but I also want to know what score did they get on the rubric. So I have three different columns, so I need to add this up. So to do this, I'm going to call a function. To call a function in Google Sheets, use the equal sign. I want to know the sum, and I want to know the sum of these three cells. I close it off. Student number 7 received a 16. By clicking on the lower right-hand blue box, I can drag that formula down. I now know what all of my students received. But what does a 16 give a student? What's the final grade? Luckily, I happen to have a conversion chart here. Now, on this chart, the left side, the first column, is what you would get on the rubric, and the right side, the second column, is the grade. If you get a 6, you'll get a 65. If you get a 24, you'll get 100. I am going to highlight this chart, this table, and I'm going to go up to data, and I'm going to name these ranges. What I'm going to tell the program is there's a chart. I'm going to name it chart that you need to look up. This is going to help me a lot right now because I need to figure out what did student number 7 get. To use this, I'm going to use a call function that is called vertical lookup or Vlookup. There are three parts to Vlookup. The first part is the input side, comma, what is the chart to look up? In this case, we named it chart, comma, and what is the output going to be? And if you remember my chart, the second column was the output side. I'm going to put a 2. Thus, a 16 will give a student an 88. I drag this formula down, and to make sure, does a 16 give you an 88? In fact, a 16 does. Have a great day.